Recording. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of EPZ Unleashed. Today, we're going to be talking about a movie that just came out on Netflix. It's a historical movie. Um, would you call that a biopic? I don't think I would call it a biopic because it's about more than just one player, or one person. The movie I am going to discuss. I hadn't heard about this historic situation or instance ever before in my many decades of life. Um, I don't know why they talk about some parts of the military, but not all the parts of the military. I'm talking about an all black female battalion. The movie is called 6888, and it came out, I believe, Tuesday. And it's a really great movie. Um, the lead actress is Kerry Washington. Um, I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the the story that kind of put all the pieces together was basically a girl meets boy, boy falls in love with girl, goes away to the military, to the war, and never to return. And her quest to find out what happened to him, is on and popping. And through her journey, she um, goes through some goes through some things. I mean, you could tell when you have some good actresses or good actors in a movie because you get an emotional tie to them. You hate the villains and you love the the hero of the movie. There were several heroes in this movie, and also several villains. Um, what stuck out to me most was like, I don't understand why people feel some kind of way about somebody just because of their color of their skin. These people were qualified, they were trained well, and they still were overlooked. They historically sent out 17 million. Now wrap your head around this. 17 million pieces of mail in 90 days. That's 3 months. 90 days, they sent out 17 million pieces of mail. Not only did they send out this mail, they had obstacles and hurdles to even get this mail back and forth to who they were going to and who they were coming from. So tons of obstacles. And these people that um, run the country or run the military have so much hate and disdain for people of color. And I don't understand it. Like this lady, was she a captain or commander? I don't know the ranking system of the military. Um, but she was supposed to be um a high ranking officer. I guess as high ranking as she can be without giving an opportunity to be out in the war. Um, I guess when you do combat, you get more accolades as far as your rank goes. And because they weren't giving them orders to go to the war or be in the war, nobody of color can rank up, which gives me a lot more respect, a lot of more respect for Colin Powell. Um, but and I don't know. I just don't understand how we bleed the same. We have the same organs. We have two arms, two legs, two eyes, a nose, two ears, a mouth, a brain, and somehow you're more qualified than me because of your skin color. That is weird to me. Um, I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, and I'm not trying to be controversial or anything like that. I'm just trying to state how I feel and where this movie has left me feeling. It's left me feeling like, what else do I not know? You know, what else has gone on um as the foundation of a people? She said something very intriguing to me, and I'm probably gonna title this episode of that what she said. Um, it made a lot of sense and almost feels like that's what people of color go through all the time. We can't just take on something monstrosity, some huge task all at once. We have to take it one piece at a time. We can't conquer all racism. Um we can't conquer sexism or ageism. Um all these things can't be conquered all as a whole. It's the little pieces of different strategies that has to go down. You have to take it piece by piece. I mean, that goes from anything that seems so daunting um, as a task or as whatever. You can't just tackle it whole. You gotta strategically take it bit by bit. Um, and I might just add this to the title of this episode, or I'll put it in the description what exactly she did say. Um, there was a lot of things that she said in this movie that made a lot of sense to me, but also had me feeling like, dang, why does it have to be so hard? Like, I felt so bad. Like, these women were putting their lives at risk. Yeah, they were delivering mail in a war zone, though, in a war zone. And they didn't care. They didn't care to give them safe, a safe haven. They didn't care to give them an escort. They didn't care to give them um, military patrol, police, whatever they're called. They made their own. They assigned their own military police. They assigned their own protection. They made what they had work. And it's almost like that's what our journey is. We get something and we know we deserve better accommodations, but we have to make it work. We have to, work with what we got. And it's just so terrible to me. I mean, I'm an adult now, but as a child, I just didn't understand why certain neighbors didn't like me or want me to play with their kids or didn't, let me go into their house to use the bathroom when we were playing. Their house is way closer than my house, and I just didn't understand it. I thought, maybe it was because, you know, I was just a neighborhood kid and they just didn't like people let people in their house or what. They didn't, didn't want their kids. I was a little bit of a tomboy and played basketball and football and kickball and um I thought maybe, it was because I was a tomboy and they didn't want their sons to be and daughters to be around someone like me. But now, of course, as I got older, I started to realize like, okay, you know. it I tried really hard for it not to hurt my feelings. Um, I've had people flat out just tell me, you know, stop coming around here. My son's not going to play with you, or my daughter's not coming out to play, and I'd be like, why? Like, are they in trouble? Will they be, can they come out tomorrow? And they're like, no, I don't want them playing with you. And I used to be like, why? I kind of grew up thinking like something was wrong with me. And that's the stigma that they put on a lot of young black kids, young brown kids, young colored kids, as if something is wrong with them when there's nothing absolutely wrong with them. There was nothing wrong with me being a tomboy. There was nothing wrong with me being able to throw a football better than his son. There's nothing wrong with me being able to cross over his daughter. There's nothing wrong with me being able to climb a tree faster than anybody in the neighborhood. There was nothing wrong with me being faster down the street than any kid on the block. There was nothing wrong with that. I was excelling at being a kid, you know? But they would always find some way to make me feel like I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be, you know, running up and down here. I'm a girl, or, I don't know. I don't know. As an adult, I'm not sure how I would handle somebody talking to my kid like that. And I don't have any children of my own, but I do have nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. And I just, I don't know. It's real heartbreaking to think that my kids could go through something like that still. Still. Um, Not too long ago, um, an incident happened where some words were said. And I looked at my kids, my great nieces and nephew's face when they told me what was said. And, to me, it was anger. But to them, it was like confusion. Like, why is this word so hurtful? Like, why are they saying this word to me? That's not my name. Like, what? Why are they saying these things to me? And I didn't want to approach the adult because it was an adult saying this to my kids, my great niece and nephew, and their friends. Um, so I was trying to be mild and trying to be have some self-control and be peaceable. Even though the adult that I spoke to and asked, why would you say that to kids? Why would you say that to anybody? Oh, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Even though their kid was like, because he was a little bit of a idiot. He said, "Yeah, you did, Mom. You said it to that one right there." And she was like, "Shut up. Shut your mouth right now." And I'm like, that's not the way you should handle things. Like, he gets it from you. He comes around here calling them names that he hears you saying. And she was like, "No, I assure you, he's never heard me say that before." And da 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 da. I was like, "Well, whatever, ma'am." I said, "But you should do better. You know, you should do better." And she didn't apologize, but she was like, I'm gonna make. She kept throwing it off on her son. I'm gonna make sure that he knows not to say things like that. And da 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 da. And he admitted he did say it. He did say it. He heard it from his mother. So, hate isn't, you're not born with hate. You're taught hate. You're surrounded with people that are hateful. We say a lot of stuff about haters and um haters gonna hate and make it a joke or whatever. It's different when they're attacking you for something that you have no control over. I have no control over my disability. I have no control over my age. I have no control over my skin tone or my heritage or my background or my race or my anything like that. I have no control over that. And those are the things that people want to hate other people for. And I think it's terrible and it's hurtful. And if you're the kind of person that slings words at people to hurt them, it's probably because you're hurt. It's probably because deep down there's something with you that you are hiding with that hate. And I suggest you get some help. I suggest you talk to someone. I suggest that you know, evaluate yourself and ask yourself, am I a good person? Because good fruit cannot come from a bad tree, and a bad tree cannot produce good fruit. So think about that. Um, as far as the movie goes, I give it 5 stars. It kept my attention. The way I judge movies and shows is if you can keep my attention to the end. Not if you catch my attention and then, I kind of fall asleep, or, I'm just disinterested. I'm on my phone while I'm watching it. I need the attention from beginning to end. I watched another show called Cross. I binged watched the whole season that night because it was that good to me. And this movie, the six triple eight, kept my attention the whole time. Um, there was light-hearted comedy in there. There was a love story in there, and there were some really tough, gripping things going on in this movie. I don't want to tell you about the movie. I want you to go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's called The Six Triple Eight. I'd give it 1 out of 5 stars. I'd give it 5 stars. Like I said, the acting was good. The story, the history, the truth of this um movie was excellent. They even showed at the end these actual people and their actual thoughts in their own words. Um, a shout out to Mrs. Washington for playing another excellent role. Um, it was really good. There was some new actresses and actors that I seen that I haven't seen before. So, Tyler Perry's always trying to find young new talent. That's all I'll say about that. Um, and I think he has found a lot actually, to depict these women. Um, I pray for all of you all. And with that being said, that is my review of the six triple eight. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I've made several more. Uh, Pass it on, share it with your friends. It's just me being random. I call it a haphazard series. Just me just talking about things that I just feel like talking about. And maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Maybe you share it. Hopefully you do. Follow me. Um, my X tag is _MI_MIAJE. And my journey will continue. Have a great day and have a good year. See ya.